For the stars, 'cause we're aiming high.
Hey guys, what's up? My name is Abhinav and welcome to Abhinav's Beats. Today I am out here in my garden. It is quite sunny. Today I thought of showing you my animation project. So I did it as my geography project. This is my first animation project, by the way. So there might be small, it's not exactly perfect, but I thought I'd just share my happiness with you. So for this animation I used a software called Krita. But this software is not actually used for animation. Well, it's mainly used for drawing. It's like you have to connect a graphics pad, or what do you call it? Graphics pad, and then you can draw on it, which I think is cool. So that's what it's used for, basically. So I thought of creating that into an animation. So this took over about two to 3 weeks of work to produce this. You have to do it like each frame by frame. So I hope you enjoy it. So this animation is about glaciers. So now I'm going to show you the basics of creating an animation using Krita. I'm going to make a stickman animation and I'm going to make him move. So this is the main window in Krita. So I'm about to zoom in to the section where basically are your tools. So you've got your draw tool, you've got your move tool, and all the things that you need to basically draw and just mess about. Now I am zooming in to the timeline. So this is where you place the frames and know what frame you're working in. It just helps to tweak or adjust any frames that you need or don't need. So the bright white canvas is, well, basically your canvas. You can draw on it, and there are things called layers. And now I'm zooming into that. There we go. So by layers, it means it's like a bit like stacks of paper. You can layer drawings on top of each other. So here you've got the animation pane. So this is basically where you add the frames. You've got buttons to delete the frames, and you can fast forward. You can give the computer info to when to start the animation and also when to end the animation. So here's the mini animation. Enjoy! So now I'm going to show you my real animation project. So I sent it to my geography teacher and she said it was pretty cool and she was pretty happy about it. So I just share it with you then. So I'm so excited to go to Lake District. I've heard it's really cold there. I see. Do you know why I chose Lake District for this picnic? Well, oh, I know. Because it's a lovely place to visit? Yes, it is a lovely place to visit, but there are many examples of glacier landforms. Glaciers? What are those? Well, during the last ice age, ice covered up about 1/3 of Earth's land. Today, it covers about 1/10. The ice does not just sit there, it flows. We call them glaciers. Giant glaciers that cover huge areas are called ice sheets. As you would expect, glaciers are found in the Earth's coldest places, but some of them are even found in all continents, even Africa. At the top and bottom of the world, ice sheets cover the Antarctica and most of Greenland. Earth's other glaciers are much smaller. Most are high up in mountains, where it is also very cold. Glaciers depend on snow. In those cold places, snow falls layer upon layer. Over time, the layers below get compacted into ice. It could take a layer of snow 10 meters thick to make it a layer of ice 1 meter thick. As it gets thicker, the ice gets heavier and heavier, and eventually it starts to flow under the pressure of its own weight. A glacier is born. How can ice flow? First, ice flows inside the glacier because the ice crystals slide over each other due to the pressure. Then, the ice at the bottom of the glacier may melt, causing the whole glacier to glide along on the water. Glaciers are said to be giant bulldozers. Do you know why? It's because they scrape and shape the landscape just like giant bulldozers. They do 3 jobs. They pick up or erode material, they carry it away or transport it, then they drop or deposit it. Glaciers pick up material in 2 ways. 1. The ice freezes around the rocks and stones under the glacier, then it tugs or plugs them out. The plucked rocks and the stones scrape bits off the glacier bed as they are carried along. This is called abrasion. Freeze-thaw weathering makes plucking easier. First, the water under the glacier freezes in the cracks in the rock. As it freezes, it expands so the cracks get bigger. Then, the ice thaws. The crack fills with water, it freezes again, the ice thaws again, and so on, until the cracks are so big that the rock breaks up. The glacier then carries away the material that it has eroded. As you go down a mountain, it gets warmer, so eventually the front of the glacier reaches a place where it melts. As the ice melts, the load it is carrying falls to the ground, as rocks, stones, sand and clay all mixed up together. This mixture is called glacial till. The water from the melting ice is called meltwater. It runs off and will feed a river or a lake. Hey Tom, did you know that the term glacier comes from the French word glacer, which means ice? Oh really? That's amazing. Well, glaciers are often called rivers of ice. Sir, can we go to Glencoe, Scotland? I've heard there are many more glacial landforms there. Thank you for the suggestion, Bob. I will think about it. And with that, we've come to an end of this episode. I hope you liked the animation and the episode as well. So until the next video, ta-ta and bye-bye.